Since this topic is a serious one to talk about, I'm just going to immediately get started with this talk about Punishment Day and what it's doing to the community. How effective it can be to children, and to those who had a good childhood memory with these shows, and how offensive, dark, insane, useless, scary, nightmarish, tearing off childhood memories and ruins the purpose of cartoons. Oh my god. You all don't fully understand, to those who still make these videos, what these videos have done. Honestly, listen and get the entire full truth. Punishment Day videos are not funny or interesting from the start. These type of videos involve child abuse, sexual content, and brutal things that can scare others off. If you are still doing these videos, you need to stop. Seriously. This Punishment Day trend is so horrible. I once didn't know about these until I saw the horrible things on it. Most people who spoke up about Punishment Day videos were 100% right about these videos. Punishment Day videos are the worst videos ever for this community. I'm serious. You never should be making a Go Animate video about somebody like Kaylee getting a Punishment Day just because the child was misbehaving and being a bad kid. That's why they probably misbehave even more. Spankings and belt beatings are bad enough, although sometimes it's kinda supposed to teach the kid discipline. But these things like adult Punishment Day videos can be considered a violation to YouTube's community guidelines. You can add severe murder when someone loses their arm, cuts off someone's eyes they can't see, or anything that YouTube doesn't accept. Sometimes even grounded videos can turn into Punishment Day videos, which also ruined the purpose of what the grounded universe was supposed to be. Back in 2011 and 2012 there were no Punishment Day out of anyone. There were some punishments, but the punishments were less harsh and obviously the parents loved them, even if they grounded their kids for a long period of time. However, it was supposed to be portrayed as a cartoon. Some shows, yeah, there might have been scenes like if a child did something wrong, maybe grounded them for a long time. That could have been harsh, but it was a cartoon, so it wasn't a big deal. To give you something interesting, someone pointed out there was a grounded video from 2008. Who I have no idea who that was out of, or who created it, but that video was made way before the grounded trend started in 2011. And again, punishments were low, and weren't so crazy and insane like they are now to anyone that still makes them. That was never, ever, the purpose of the grounding trend at all. By 2015 that's when punishment videos were created. This was also the year one started YouTube. Some of those grounded videos and Punishment Day videos I have seen involved bad punishments, like getting their private parts cut off, getting run over by a car, being forced to watch things you hate, drinking extremely hardcore hot sauce, even criminal-related things that some of these abusive parents did, like destroying a location, breaking something at the store, or bombing a location. In other words, destroying something they've loved so that they can never go to that place or buy that item ever again. Are these parents fucking dead horses or what? 1. Those are crimes. So not only they are ruining the child's childhood, but the parent is committing a crime. Plus the fact they didn't even get arrested just makes everything worse. You would definitely be thrown in prison for that if you bomb a house, a place, or anything you hated, just to make your child more upset. Not only that, that's committing murder. If you decided to put a parent doing anything like that to a troublemaker, or mainly Kaylu, or Dora, or Little Bill, or any other kid show character, then the parent is not being a good parent. It also ruins the character from that show they've created, because they aren't supposed to be portrayed as bad parents. Dora hardly ever gets in trouble in her show. She's a smart girl and goes on great adventures with her friends. I've watched that show and I never see her get in trouble. However, there are some parodies some of these shows do to these kids shows, which are supposed to be portrayed as jokes. So that is different. I know that it's not kid-friendly, but people like them. No, those parodies are nothing to do with Punishment Day. But Dora has always been smart and nice in her life, and would never get in trouble at all. Maybe sometimes Kaylu and Little Bill do get in trouble sometimes. They admit their wrongdoings at the end. There was one episode where Kaylu acted like a brat, for I don't know the reason, but he changed his behavior at the end. There was only 3 times Little Bill ever got in trouble. There was one time where Kiku ruined Little Bill's painting, and he got really upset. He decided to break Kiku's on purpose, and he didn't even say he was sorry, which I'm sure he got grounded for that. He apologized at the end and learned to never do that again. Another time he sorta got in trouble was for yelling at a newborn baby who didn't like loud noise. But again, he apologized for doing that. And one more was where he was drawing on April's door. Those two actions I mentioned are things you can get in trouble for. So by those Punishment Day videos literally changing the character, it not only ruins character but then the parent isn't good at all. So let's get this straight. Caillou and Little Bill are all cancelled abandoned shows. Caillou did get a reboot, but got cancelled again. And sometimes reasons why shows get cancelled because they ran out of ideas for episodes. The people who voiced those characters retired, ran out of voice character acting. Or possibly, they couldn't afford to keep the show going. Sometimes voice actors change as well, because the other person decided they want to move on. However, I archived those voice actors before they all left her and move and had someone else voice them. If you go to like FAQ, it has the voices we watched since the beginning of TV. AI has some good inside, but also has some bad in it. Back to the talk about Punishment Day videos. Punishment Day videos are also another example of taking troublemakers to the extreme. Remember 4 years ago about that Devious Diesel Punishment Day video I created? It wasn't brutal or insane like the Caillou and Dora types. But what Thomas and Sir Topham Hatt did to him was pure bad. Even the part where he had to eat a microwave, which Devious Diesel can't eat anything electrical. Not only that, he was basically getting payback from all the people he had upset, which made nothing better. And of course, he got disowned. But that video I created was bad since it involved some punishments that can be abusive. Don't even get me started on that video Paper Luigi 99 did 4 years ago. I however moved on from that video, so it's not worth talking about for a 5th time or such. He probably didn't mean to take Caillou that much seriously anyway. But what I can't forget what was on that video was the horrible extreme punishments Caillou had to suffer, like when he was forced to suffer in a desert, forcing him to kill his own cat Gilbert, and Boris raping him. Luckily YouTube found everything out about that video. It's no longer on there, because it was too much for them to handle. It was very inappropriate, so they had to take it down. The video was too brutal. If there's a video on YouTube that violates the community guidelines, it gets taken down if it violates anything, including the law. None of this stuff is funny or joke. Killing and murder is not a laughing matter. We take it seriously. All of these videos is about committing murder. People go to jail for that. Imagine if someone did stuff like that in real life. They would be sent away. There is a bigger punishment than prison if anyone does a punishment day to their own child in real life. You ever do something crazy like that to your own kids? You are taken away to somewhere far away, when you won't be near your family again. Do you even get what these are? They are about torture, the child having a horrible life, getting punishments that put them in danger, making them look bad in public, not helping out the child, and possibly turn them into a monster. It will also make you look bad and will prove you are not ready to be a parent. Parents who abuse their kids go to shows like Dr. Phil and the Steve Wilkos Show, and they do not joke about child abuse. Back years ago, Steve Wilkos and Dr. Phil did not joke around. Those people were gone and sent away for good after they were sent to the show, because they seen that there's no redemption or mercy from them. So they just went to jail for a long time, far from 2 years. Especially from 3 years ago on a Dr. Phil episode where kids were trapped in their bedrooms because the parents decided they wanted to be evil parents. They got exposed and never came back. Also, these Go animators that make Punishment Day videos use them term entertainment purposes only, to try to pull off an excuse. I'm sorry, but do you think that makes it better? No, don't even try that anymore, because there's never a good side of Punishment Day videos. Never was. It's about children getting hurt and tortured. How the hell do you want to call that entertainment? What the fuck matters if it's a fighting cartoon? That is still unexcusable. Punishment Day videos were never entertainable. How on earth is it funny? You are also trying to say that we aren't allowed to hate Punishment Day videos, like it's illegal to